Good morning.
There we
Did
are.
it work that time? Could you really see it that time? My
You're
countdown?
still too far away. You're
Maybe
like
I
barely,
only want to be half in.
barely on the screen.
Right there. Just half in.
You can't be half in and half out. It's all in. So who we got this morning? I know you kind of already went through and typed good morning to everybody.
You make your announcement.
Huh?
Make your morning announcement.
Well, you got to tell everybody good morning. So you got Danny. Danny, you were first this morning. You win. I don't know what you win, but you win.
Our color is weird.
Well, it's because our lighting is just off. That didn't help much, but it'd be all right. She's trying to get some light. That's a little better. So we have got some more people showing up. So we got Danny and Ashley in here, CNC Farm. Got Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. Good morning. And Janet, Homestead Where You Are. Who else we got? Had some others show up. RG Arizona Homestead. Good morning. And
That's
then,
Roger.
Yeah, and then Homestead Love, which I cannot remember. That is
That's
Danielle. I know she's in Iowa, but I have a hard time with names still. Triple Threat, hey Tarsha, good morning. AR Guns 1776, good morning. They are new to us. I met them the other day in Shane's live over at Great Farmer Freelance. We got the.
How many days has he went live now? What's his number at? It's crazy.
Bumping 130 days straight.
Wow.
Going live.
I think I'd run out of stuff to talk about.
They just get in there and just start talking.
Yeah, he
so
does good.
Got Leanne. Good morning, Leanne. Jessica was watching some of your videos the other day while we were working out.
Yeah, I was on the elliptical. I cannot just like get on a treadmill or an elliptical and just turn on music. I have to watch something because it's so boring. So I like to find something that I enjoy watching that is not boring so that it will take my mind off of being bored. And so I turned on Leanne's channel and I watched her make cherry pork, like a cherry stuffed. It was cherry jam stuffed pork loin, and she butterflied it. And she says that she's never done that before, but she rocked it. And that cherry, like she put cream cheese all over it and this cherry jam. I was like, oh, that looks good. And then at the end, she's like, I've got a plate for you. I'm on my way. But she says she doesn't eat on camera because she doesn't eat pretty. I thought that was funny. I always think it's awkward when you see people with cooking shows and like take a bite and like, that's so good. Because I think I would be so, like, they somehow managed to make it look okay. I would look like a dork. Like, oh.
It'd be running down Jessica's chin and.
Yeah, something that you didn't want to happen would happen. Or I'd like choke on it or something stupid.
Hey, Jesse, good morning. Jesse's on his phone. His laptop's still updating, so.
Oh,
cherry jam
computer
stuff.
update? Yuck, that's not fun. So did it taste as amazing as it looked, Leanne?
She said it was.
Oh, that meal was amazing. Good, I didn't see that. Sorry. Yeah, it wasn't just the pork loin either. Like she did the whole shebang. Like she made her own salad dressing and did these potatoes with another like add-in. I mean, she really spiced it up. It looked great. I can drop links since Jesse's laptop is updating. I think, are you dropping links?
Adding Danny as a moderator. So Danny, you should be a moderator now. So if you want to drop links, have at it. So, but yeah. So Jessica is still not feeling well, nauseous all day long.
I think everybody's getting annoyed with me, like moving slow as a sloth.
Went to work yesterday and got all kinds of stuff done. I come home and asked her what she did, and she had folded like 2 baskets of laundry and started one load. And I don't know how much beyond that it went.
I can tell you I was not laying on the couch. I just moved slow.
Not pulling her weight.
I did sit for probably 30 minutes. So since we're not going to find out what we're having outside of whether we have 1 or 2 in there, that's all that we'll know. I am sick too. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm sick for the next, at least, when do you start your second trimester? Like at least the next 5 weeks. I don't know. I'm running out of cards.
It's an excuse.
I'm really not trying to pull a Prego card. I'm just saying I move slow, and I don't like walk around the house moaning and groaning and complaining about it. But he comes home and he's like, "What did you do? What is wrong with you?" Just
hey, Jamie.
don't feel good. But anyway, since we're not finding out what we're gonna have, I want to have like a handful of really cute boy zip up footed sleepers and a set of girl footed sleepers, just like something that will get us through for a few days until like all the orders, once a baby comes out, arrive and the shopping trips happen and all of that. So I did get a little preoccupied for like literally I timed myself 30 minutes looking for that. And I found some really cute girl stuff, but good grief, I cannot find anything that is just really cute for boys. And I know they have it. I have 3 boys. We had cute stuff.
Yeah, everything's my fault, Jesse, always. Hey, Chuck, good morning.
Hey.
Chuck and Belinda have some really awesome looking tumblers. And
I think
cups.
They just have the one of each. They were just trying it out, but they turned out really good.
They look really awesome. If you haven't seen them, they were on Chuck and Belinda's Facebook.
Which one was your favorite?
Page. I liked the one that looked like it had a cork bottom.
I did too. I thought that was cool.
That was pretty slick.
It was just they're simple, they're clean and sleek looking. I like them. They did
I told Chuck I needed one for my trip to
rude.
Colorado.
Why would you ask?
I'll buy it.
I need one of those.
I just need one for Colorado so I can drink my coffee and stuff on the way there, and I can throw Chuck and Belinda plugs all the time.
So Glenn thinks he's going to live stream, but the fact of the matter is once they get so far, they don't have signal. So
I'm going to live stream on the road.
He'll be like videoing and then no, he won't upload anything. He'll get home and want to send me like hours of footage to edit and upload.
Nah, I don't know how much videoing I'll do out there. I know we are going to try to video the elk hunt, but it's not a priority.
Leanne
shooting an elk is a priority. Haven't seen my tumblers and coffee cups in the latest video I posted last night.
Is it uploaded? Like it's on?
I'll have to check that out.
Or did anybody see? So when we did our live stream in the garden, this the pop-up live, Easton was dead set on cooking his waffles in front of everybody. He wanted to do it live, but we had already been on the live for like at least 30, 45 minutes or so. And so I said, well, why don't we just video it and then we'll upload it? So I finally got that edited and put on. He like wipes his nose. Leanne's going to love it. Probably 5 times. And I'm like, oh, gracious. But in his defense, they were like his waffles.
They were just for us. So, and I think him and the other 2 boys are the only ones that actually ate them.
I think Dad ate them.
I think your dad might have had a snot waffle too. So.
There wasn't snot in it. He constantly is. I'm like, oh, geez, stop.
Won't
if you're going
to
do that in private, not when everybody's watching you on camera. Altered.
So I don't know how many people are going to, I know Danny is, and Jesse and Lisa. I think Chuck's going to the Kentucky meetup. Steven over at Mr. Boots and Bounty will be there. Danny's riding, yeah, with Jesse and Lisa.
Yeah.
So
lucky duck. That'll be fun.
But that is September 10th. So that's coming up in about 9-10 days, something like that. We won't get to be there because I will be gone to Colorado that same day. And we have plenty of other things to do around here also at that time. So, but then there is what else is coming up?
There's a lot coming up.
So
September,
yeah.
Which apparently we're allowed to mention now.
Hey, Steven, over at Mr. Boots and Bounty.
Sorry again. We have that coming up with Leanne.
Yeah, Leanne at Mennonite Farmhouse is doing the Soup Timber collaboration.
And then you have the Last Chance Cook-Off with Tony at Kettle's Kitchen, and that's in September too.
That's Tony at Kettle Kitchen and Hendrickson Family Farms, and also
September.
Dale and Lisa over at 9 Acre Family Farms is doing a Last Chance Cook-Off. And then October, we are putting on a meetup /
we are part
deal.
Of.
It's part of a deal with 9 Acre Family Farms and Pathways Homestead, which is the Growing Towards Self-Sufficiency Gathering. And that's going to be in Fort Scott, Kansas at the Bourbon County Fairgrounds. That's October 1st. It's just a one-day event. There will be camping and stuff like that
It's
available,
free.
hookups.
Camping you do have to pay for.
Yep, it
but
is a
it's not
free
expensive.
event. But the camping, I want to say Dale said, was like $20 a night.
I was thinking 25,
For
so it's somewhere in there.
Electric and water, I think, is what it is. It's not a full hookup, so there's not sewer dump there, but there is a sewer on site to empty your tanks. Then what's after that?
You said there was something
Noodle
in
November.
Oh yeah, I'm part of
With
that
Tony
too.
at Kettle Kitchen also.
Which we talked about this last week, and I'm gonna have to come up with something else to make, because when I agreed to be part of Noodle November, it was for this really good pasta that we made out of our goat cheese, and I really liked it. But guess what? We won't have goat milk in November.
But we
And I
have
could use the
freeze-dried goat milk.
freeze-dried, but I may just come up with something.
So
else.
Leanne says, September, let's talk it up. So Leanne, if you want to, we'll post a link and you can come up and you can tell everybody about it. I don't know if you're in the kitchen canning again and can't come up, but if you can, let us know in the chat there, and we'll throw the link in and you can jump
You're
up.
missing welcoming
everybody
some
know about
people. You've had some sneak in here.
Who?
Mr. Boots and Bounty.
I said hi to Steven at Boots and Bounty
Annie's
already.
Kitchen and
I did
Urban
not see Annette.
Homestead.
Good evening, Annette. How are you? Those are the only two I didn't see.
I thought there was
one. Or I didn't
what
see
about
Annette.
our Rocky Dream?
I saw Jamie.
Okay.
I said hello to Jamie.
Why is my mouse not?
Oh,
Oh, there it is. I was afraid to click. I would end up like clicking in the one spot that closed everything down. And that's always fun. Yeah, okay.
I think I got everybody in there.
Well, it's your job.
Yeah,
I mean,
I got everybody. I'm watching. I'm watching.
This is the way we have it.
If I missed you, yell at me.
This is the way
I
we
can
have it
take
worked
it.
out. It's like live with Glenn and Jessica, and Glenn's the announcer. I'm just the sidekick.
Yeah.
Don't kick me in the side, though. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. I always forget to ask that. When I'm in other people's lives, I always
Leanne
remind
says
people
maybe
to
in
do
a
it.
few minutes.
What are you making this morning, Leanne? Glenn made me breakfast this morning.
Yep. She got oatmeal with cranberry raisins in it, and coconut shavings, craisins, coconut shavings, and honey and cinnamon.
Mm-hmm. That's my favorite.
This morning.
I was looking at this thing online, like different things as you're pregnant that like you should kind of be jam packing into your diet, obviously, since it doesn't just concern me at this point. Nutrition is going to feed someone else. I thought, well, what are some other ideas? And oatmeal. I was like, oh, I forgot. I love oatmeal. Let's eat some oatmeal. And especially when you don't like your stomach feels yuck, oatmeal is kind of one of those easy things on it. So I need to make my soup for tomorrow's video. Hey, I'm making soup tonight. I made soup the other night. I do like Pinterest, and for some reason, since like my belly hasn't felt well, I'm like, soup sounds really good. And so I looked up comfort soups, and one of the first things that came up was chicken and dumplings, which I think I've honestly only had maybe once in my life, and I've only never made it. So I gave it a run. We had everything, and it turned out really good. But tonight, in fact, my kids, I don't know, chicken and dumplings.
And lemonade for pregnancy sickness.
Oh, I'm going to have to try that. That soup, just chicken and dumplings is one of those things that like doesn't have this great plate appeal. Like it's just, you don't plate it very well.
It was delicious, though.
And so my kids were like, oh, what is that? And then they ate it, and even Hunter was like, come on, Wyatt, just eat it. It's actually good.
Yeah.
So we kind of giggled at that. But tonight I think I'm going to make vegetable soup. It's kind of nice.
Pretty much got to look good to Jessica at this point, or we're not going to be eating it. So,
well, I had planned meals out, so I do really well if I say, okay, this is like 5 meals we're going to eat over the next week, and I get all of the ingredients at the house for these 5, 6, however many meals. And I don't have to necessarily put them on a date that I'm going to make them. I just make them. Then if we have leftovers, we can, if we end up eating out, like everything's adjustable, but I have things on hand to make these meals. So I did that like 2 weeks ago, and there's still a couple of meals that I have not made because at the time I made the list, they sounded really good. And now I'm like, I don't know about that. Like he warmed up chili last night and I'd been craving chili. It sounded really good. I say craving lightly, not because of pranks. Like it just sounded good. And I was like, it just doesn't sound good tonight. Doesn't sound like it's going to work for me.
Hey, good morning, Raquel.
But vegetable soup sounds good. So that's tonight's supper.
Danielle loves her some chicken and dumplings too.
So Glenn was saying that when he was a kid, his mama always used to make chicken and dumplings, and it was almost more like you said, kind of like a chicken noodle soup with biscuits on it, basically, right?
Yeah, my mom used to just cut up like the cheap canned biscuits that you get. She'd cut them up and then put the biscuits into the chicken noodle soup, and that's how she would make chicken and dumplings, because the biscuits would just cook in the soup. And it was good, but they're more dense than the biscuits that Jessica made, the dumplings she made with the Bisquick the other day. So they were a lot fluffier, and it was really good. It was probably better. It was better than my mom's. So
I didn't have anything to go off of, so it could have been a total train wreck. But we had butchered some roosters a while back, and I took that meat and threw it through the Instapot. I almost said crock pot. Through the Instapot, shredded it all up, and then I freeze dried it. And so I looked at him and I was like, well, I don't have chicken ready, like that's not frozen for this chicken and dumplings. And so he's like, well, what about the rooster meat? I was like, oh, perfect. So grabbed a bag. It was the first time we'd used our freeze dried meat. No complaints, definitely reconstituted, fantastic. My only complaint is when I am going to take my shredded meat that I freeze dried and put it in a soup, it wasn't a good way to like chop it up smaller. I don't like big chunks of meat in my soup. So that was my own fault. It was great. But I did do this chicken and dumplings. Tell me if yours is different. This chicken and dumplings recipe had butter, of course, onions, carrots, celery, obviously chicken, minced garlic, and then it had evaporated milk and chicken stock, which I ended up adding a lot more chicken stock than it called for because it got really thick. And then instead of using the homemade biscuits, I did use Bisquick, only because I have a large box of it that we're not getting through very quick and I didn't want it to go bad. So I did like 2 cups of Bisquick mixed to like 2/3 a cup milk and added some seasonings in there. And it all worked out really well. My only complaint was the soup was a little thicker, so I would have added even more chicken stock to it.
All right, Danny. So what are dumplings and dumplings? Okay. I'm going to have to know.
I love hearing what other people
I don't
cook.
miss everybody.
I am that person that, like, if you invite over for dinner, just go ahead and have the recipe printed out. Cracker Barrel. So y'all might have a good Cracker Barrel. We used to eat at Cracker Barrel all the time when my grandparents were going out to eat, because that's where they like to
dumplings.
Go. Blackberry.
I've never had that. That sounds like a dessert.
Like a blackberry cobbler mixed with something like that would be good. We always talk food.
Danny, it's breakfast time. Thank the Lord. Danny's always hungry during our lives. She's always
Danny. We have definitely something.
Always ready to go cook some breakfast.
Generally speaking, pre-pregnancy, I am always hungry.
It's funny. So
when we went to Cracker Barrel this last time, like, it sounded really good to have some like country cooking that I didn't have to cook. And I'm telling you, it was the most bland food I had ever had. Like, I love the Cracker Barrel store, so I'll keep returning. But it really needed some serious salting.
Put the link in?
Yeah. Copy. Just say copy. Okay. Now click on the comments.
Perfect. All right. So I don't know if Leanne's able to jump up yet, but there is the link. We'll probably just pull like 1, maybe 2 people up at a time.
So did we have 2 or 3 last time and it worked?
We had up to 3 last time. So
you have to proceed with caution.
I was going to say, we got to be careful. Our internet doesn't like it when we get too many people up, but there is the link. If anybody wants to jump up and say hi. Chicken broth,
cream of chicken soup, canned buttermilk biscuits in little balls. You get the broth and soup to a boil and plop the biscuits in. Yeah. Okay.
Sounds
similar.
Good. Yeah. Very similar to what we had the other day. It's good. We like it. There's your mama.
Hello.
Bland.
Because it's for old people. The food looked really good. I mean, this was seriously, I say a while back. This was probably a few
See you,
years
Steven.
ago.
Thanks for coming in. I know he's usually working, so he doesn't usually get to jump in for very long. So make dumplings and dumplings the easy way.
That's how Emma likes it. Yeah, it's not quite soup season yet, but it just sounds good. So, in fact, I think I'm going to make my vegetable soup tonight with ground beef. I've done that before because I didn't set out. Don't look at me funny. It
Stew
tasted
meat?
fine last time. Yeah, I didn't set out any stew meat. This was a last minute decision. It was not on the meal calendar. Yeah, I know. We know you're talking about Cracker Barrel. Yeah, it's bland because it is for old people. I like their store though. I just wish they would add a little salt to their food. Probably better not to.
Rebecca's making breakfast for her family right now. So she
What are you making, Rebecca?
I don't usually eat breakfast. Usually I just kind of go to work and then I'll grab something midday or something, then I'll eat dinner usually, but not a big breakfast person.
Danny's got a cook in the house. Emma made me breakfast this morning. She did canned biscuits, fried eggs, sliced kiwi. She is a keeper. That's great. We don't do big breakfast during the week. This morning was leftover biscuits and gravy, ginger ale, and ginger biscuits. See, I've been doing these ginger chews.
Ginger chews.
I bought a one of those nausea bracelets. It's supposed to hit the like acupressure point, and I measured my wrist and everything, and it was so tight that like my fingers were going numb instantly.
See you, Danielle.
So I'll have to order another one.
So Jesse,
Did you say Danielle?
I think that's her name.
Ashley.
Oh, sorry, wrong one. See ya, Ashley. I was thinking that was Homestead Love that said they got to go. Wrong one. So Jesse and Lisa have hit their 1,000 subscribers. I don't know if Jesse is back on his computer or if he's on his phone. They were at 1.01, and I was visiting with him the other day, and he is in need of some watch hours. So I don't know if Jesse is on his computer or whatnot, but if he wants to click on that link and come up and visit too, we always like having Jesse on. So
he said his computer was updating, so he might.
Well, he's back to putting mods up now, putting links in now. So I don't know if his computer's updated or what. But
Rebecca's making scrambled eggs with half zucchini peppers, links, sausage, and cut up mushrooms. Good. Wow, y'all are some cooks. We're lame during the week when it's kids going to school. It's usually something a little bit quicker. We kind of do breakfast like that.
They got biscuits and gravy this morning. I made them biscuits and gravy.
No, you warmed them up, the biscuits and gravy that was left over from what I made Sunday.
We're not stuck with you, Danielle. I just had the wrong name. So we appreciate everybody that's in here as long as they can stay for however long it is.
Our kids like cooking over the fire. They have one of my cast iron skillets, which actually has turned out to be somewhat decent. It was my very first one that I bought at Walmart. It was that Pioneer woman, and I thought, oh, this is just going to be junk once I got the good ones. But actually, it's doing pretty well.
That again? I don't know how to do that again. There it is.
And they like to go cook eggs and potatoes and onions and stuff on the fire. So
it's actually turned out to be a pretty good little,
cast
iron skillet for a cheap one bought at Walmart. It doesn't stick real bad or anything. So that's kind of nice.
It's definitely not like my old school ones that we have, but it cleans up well, and the kids have cooked on it. So if that tells you anything, it doesn't have to be
I
re-seasoned.
made breakfast burritos in it the other day, and then for my Colorado trip, and then also made up some enchiladas in it. We use that for the burger and stuff for our enchiladas for the trip. So it worked out real well. I'm kind of liking that skillet.
We switched to cast iron a couple of years ago, and we were just so tired of buying all of these like fancy nonstick sets.
Teflon.
Yeah, and you get a year down the road, and to the T, we followed the rules. No abrasive scrubbing.
We followed the rules.
I did too.
This one.
No dishwasher, none of that kind of stuff.
Metal spoons.
Not really. And they don't work. So we switched. We went to the antique stores and bought secondhand cast irons.
Ah,
Hey, can you hear me?
loud and clear.
Okay, good.
Well, then I won't get too close to the mic.
Sounds like a voice from above.
It is.
Where's my dumplings?
You got
Can you freeze dry them and send them down to me?
Right? I bet he could. Hey,
You probably-
your Skittles. I got to package them.
Oh, I got another package in the mail the other day. We won. What did we win?
Get Skittles.
No, we didn't win. We bid on a package at the Little Southern Brothers, their little fundraiser they're doing for St. Jude's. Well, we won, or I bid on the package from Altruistic, and they sent me some freeze dried Skittles. I haven't opened them yet because I'm waiting on yours. I haven't opened them.
On their own. I was wanting to put together a whole little package.
We didn't win. We bid on a package. Oh,
It's Julian.
Leanne's echoing again.
My bad. I forgot I still had you on the phone.
You know, it's funny. It's like at this point in YouTube live, we all know what's going on. But when we first started getting on live, it's like, oh gosh, what is that? Is it me? What do I find?
yeah. What is it? Where's that coming from?
So, Jesse, there's a lot of echo, and I don't know if your mic is just really loud.
I think his
Yeah,
mic is really loud.
Okay, let me turn it down here. Hold on 1 second.
Hey, Bar Run Forge, good morning.
But you sound great.
How about now?
That's
Oh,
better.
there you go.
Yep. Perfect.
Perfect. Oh yeah. Well, if you say it's perfect, then it's perfect.
Talking to everybody, Jesse. Jeez.
What is that? Vegemite. I don't know what that is.
Vegemite. That's Australian. It's basically yeast. It's a lot of vitamin B,
Huh.
and they spread it on their toast. But I mean, we're only talking like a fingernail's worth of Vegemite on your toast bread with your butter, and it's really good.
I've
Huh.
never heard of it. Never seen it.
You have to acquire a taste for it. It's not something, and some people put it on like peanut butter. Ooh,
And that's saying there's a bit of an echo.
they're still saying it a big. Oh, but the chat's behind, right?
Probably.
There's a little echo
I said
still
barely. I
on
don't
your
hear
mic,
much.
Jesse. I don't know what it is, but it's just
I
a
don't hear
little
much.
bit. It's not bad.
Okay.
And there's Troy.
Forge. Did you say hello to
I
them?
did.
Okay.
That's Hunter's going to be jealous that he wasn't
Oh.
here. That's the guy that
Yeah.
we had Hunter and the boys on a live the other, I don't know, it's probably 2 weeks ago now on Bland's Promised Land Ranch. And he was in there and he had told Hunter that he had to hook. Hunter wants him a forge. He wants to start making stuff. But I'm
Hey,
still a little leery that I burn my house down.
well, you wouldn't have it in your house.
Yeah, you have to build a little shop.
You have to build a shop
A shop out there. It wouldn't
Well,
be things if it burnt down.
or a little lean-to. Just a little lean-to is all you need to keep the forge under.
Yep.
Um,
So
I'd be more worried about him burning himself.
So what were you making this morning, Leanne?
I was making some Z's because I was still sleeping. Somehow I woke up right before you're live.
You did nothing.
But you got to remember, they don't eat supper till 10 o'clock at night when he comes in from the field. So they're up late,
I'd be sleeping.
especially during harvest season.
So we got rain yesterday. I think we got a third of an inch, just enough to slow down, baling up the hay or the straw that was still on the ground.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
he wasn't happy. Life of a farmer.
Yep.
That's not good.
And farmers' wives.
I have to be positive 24/7 for him.
That's right.
And dinner
That's-
on the table.
At least you got some rain.
Oh, I looked at our stats for the month. We've had 5.5 inches for the month of August. That's unheard of around here.
Really?
Yes.
It should be more.
No, that's way more than we've ever had. We
So
usually have droughts in August.
Ah.
So I bet you we've had probably close to 5-6 inches of rain in August. So we got.
Yeah, 2 of those inches came yesterday or the day before.
I think we got 5 inches last week. It was like we had a lot. We went 2 months with no rain. Now we get rain every day, actually, almost every day, especially in the evening.
So I'm blessed that my husband didn't listen to me when I said don't plant corn this year because of the price of fertilizers and pesticides and everything, and the price of corn seed. Corn seed alone would blow you guys' mind how much my husband spent this year. Let's just say you could buy a well-equipped SUV for the amount of money that he spent on corn.
And is your corn crop doing good though?
Oh yeah, very well.
Okay.
So I'm glad he didn't listen to me because I was just like, yeah.
Usually, if the seed and everything's high, then the cost of when you go to sell it, you usually get a pretty premium price for it too. So.
Actually, my husband couldn't sell wheat earlier this year when it was $11 a bushel, or I forget what it was. But it was so high that the brokers couldn't buy it.
There's supposedly a shortage on wheat and stuff, and you couldn't sell wheat.
That's what media tells you. They make you afraid to buy stuff, or you're gonna not have it. But
that's crazy.
I'm sure Troy can back me up on this. That what media tells you, what actually is happening behind the scenes is not true.
I think more and more people are awakening to that anymore. It's so true. But, like you were talking about the corn and the rain and stuff. So for us, we own a roofing company. So when there's hail coming, like that's good for us. But as I was driving into town and there's like a bunch of purple on the radar, so we're thinking it's possible we could get hail. There's just cornfields and soybean fields. And I'm like, man, it's crazy to think what would be a blessing business-wise to us will like destroy
that's why
income to other people.
That's why farmers have insurance also. So
yeah, my husband doesn't believe in crop insurance.
Oh, really? That'd be an expensive one if that big hailstorm blows through.
Do y'all insure your vehicles?
Yeah.
You
better
get something on that.
He just believes that there's so many levels of insurance you can buy for crop insurance. And my brother, he used to buy as much as you can of crop insurance just so he can buy it or get the big payout. But my husband thinks that's just gambling because you're spending money where you don't really need to.
It's definitely a gamble all the years that you don't use it. Any kind of insurance, really.
I'm not sure what Raquel's talking about. Where's your ring light?
Oh, Leanne has a ring light.
No, I don't. I have 2 craft lights.
Oh, I thought you had one of those.
Oh. Nope, I just use what I use for quilting.
Here's your ring light thing. We
This minute I don't spend money that I don't have to.
Craft lights just do well because we have an overhead light and a desk light, and
maybe
that's what I was going to
shine a little more light. I don't know.
We just like to live in the dark, so you don't see our true self.
Jessica sits in the dark all the time.
It would help you if you put a curtain behind that window.
Yeah,
it's too high.
But
I figured that when I said that.
20 feet off the ground.
So we're in the loft.
Hey, Lisa.
So that window is.
You just need to rearrange your loft room so you have light. You used to face towards your bedroom door. Now you're facing towards the railing.
Yeah.
So when we first got this house, this area was part my office, part where we homeschooled. And so this table that the computer is on was against that rail behind us. And we weren't homeschooling, and this became Glenn's desk. I was tired of it like being right in the center because over here is our bedroom. Over here is a closet for Glenn. So it's like whenever you go to his closet, you have to like walk around the table. I'm like, this is silly.
Are you mirrored? Are you mirrored? Can you raise your right hand?
I thought it was going to be outside.
Right. Because, in the settings down there, you can go down and click on that mirror deal. And then when you raise your right hand, you're facing to the right or facing to the left. It changes your view.
I don't see a mirror thing. There's general.
Ooh, I
I
can
think
make
it's,
Under
a whole background.
We don't need any backgrounds.
under settings, under camera.
I'm sure that would hurt your internet.
Yeah, don't do
Yes.
that.
It says mirror at the bottom. Mirror my camera.
Under your camera.
Uh-huh. Look at that.
That's really how we're sitting too, because I'm really on this side of it.
Well,
Exactly.
that's kind of weird for me because I'm used to moving the other way to get myself in the screen. Now I'm opposite. So
That is
Well, now you're actual.
we're actual factual.
Actual factual. There you go.
Jesse sounds professional. Hey, it's Nick.
It's Nick. How you doing, Nick? How you doing? Welcome together today.
Oh my God.
So Jesse, how are your watch hours doing now?
Well, yesterday I looked. It was like 25.59. 25.59.
There should be more. It should be more than that. I ran your whole.
It takes a couple
playlist.
days.
It takes a couple days to update. It doesn't update it instantly. So yeah, this was yesterday. So maybe today or tomorrow it'll change.
Okay.
And you have to have your sound at least on. You can't have it muted.
It was
And
warm.
They say you can't play more than 3 at a time or YouTube's on to you. Like I've heard so many different ways of how to do it.
Well, that's just silly. Maybe I was binge watching.
Yeah, I don't.
People do that,
Especially when they have autoplay. So I don't understand.
Yeah. See, we have a playlist that's called All,
Mm-hmm.
and so that kind of defeats the purpose.
And if you run it one night, you shouldn't run it for another 3 days. I've heard that too.
Well, ultimately, if you run it once, you shouldn't need to run it again for a while.
Well, all I know is Jesse and Lisa need some watch hours.
You can also go into Chrome and put it incognito so you're not signed in, or you can put it in different accounts that way and run at the same time.
Okay.
Just saying.
All the little loopholes. While you're cooking, you're just scheming.
Leanne's been there, done that. Mm-hmm.
That's because I'm a community supporter,
I hear you. I did hear you can't. That I couldn't as a creator. I can't run my own playlist for 45 days. I run it and get credit, and then 45 days later I can run it again.
I've never run my playlist.
Otherwise, every creator would be running their playlist all the time on some device,
Especially when it's monetized.
Especially when it's monetized, right?
Hey, good morning, Devin.
I didn't know that running your own playlist would even count at all. So, like, if I went and watched all of Jesse's videos, and 2 weeks later I went and watched all of Jesse's videos again, does it count twice? I mean, I'm sure that they recognize that I've already watched it.
No, it should count. It should count.
Count.
It's just I can't rerun my own. Otherwise, I would have it running on a playlist loop forever over here.
I just
bumping up my own hour.
We need to tell Nick that your lives are at least 5 hours long.
Hey, and that's not my fault. I tried to get out an hour and a half, Leanne. You know that.
Did you see my comments on your live Saturday night? Half or 1/3 of the way to a 6-hour live, halfway to a 6-hour live, and then at midnight I was like, I'm out.
That was so wrong. Yeah, midnight. It was over at midnight. I couldn't take no more, so I had to stop.
At midnight, my time was different from your midnight.
But the silver lining around that was I got 269 watch hours out of that night.
Good grief.
And so he said they were only going to be on for like an hour or two. And
and we
later I was like, gracious. But he joked about a 6-hour live, but said no.
Just blame it on Daz.
Blame it on Daz. Blame it on everybody who came in late.
It's hard to shut it down when you kind of reach that point and the numbers are climbing. It's like, oh, well.
I know. It's like, we hit as much as 87, 89, somewhere around there. People ask, how do you shut it down when you got that many people in the live?
That's a lot.
It's like, wow.
17, 18 in here anymore. So that's what happens when you don't do a live for 3 weeks. Everybody.
I don't remember the last time I did a live. I think it was June.
You're in everybody else's labs, though. All the
Yeah,
time.
but you're in everybody else's panels. Yep. So tell us about September now that you're up.
Oh, and I left my list in the bedroom. Oh,
Oh,
I can wait. Yeah, I can't.
Just in general.
Well, I got a schedule, but look how tiny the print is.
Oh,
So yeah, we got 32 channels now or 33. I can't remember anymore. I just know we got channels that were 35 subscribers when we started, and we have channels that are 315,000 subscribers. So we got big selection of channels that you might not have heard of to ones that I think are well known. And I've been watching for decades and shocked that they even want to knock on my door. You know? So
yeah, but who started it? How did September even get started? Well, what's the history behind it?
well, I remember being asked to be in it last year, 3 days before it even September. No, I got asked by Amanda Beals 2 days before September 1st if I wanted to be in September. And she just decided to start it that soon till September. Like, it blows my mind how people can just go like, hey, I'm going to put a collaboration together in 2 days. So last year I was at less than 400 subs and I canned vegetable soup and onion soup. By the end of the month, I had my 1K.
Wow.
So that's what September means to me. And when I asked her if she was doing September this year, she's like, no, you can have it. I've had to think about it for a week. Then Tony at Kettle Kitchen is like, why not? I'll get on the phone. I'm like, okay, you go for it. So that's how we got so many channels involved. And
so it was first year for September was last year. That's the first time it ever came up.
I think it might. I don't know. I haven't heard of it before then.
Okay.
Because I know Croctober has been around for years, at least 3 or 4.
Mm.
So yeah.
Now, do you plan on this being a yearly thing? Every year you're going to run the September?
I'm good as long as people let it be mine. But yeah, I already have a list of people that want to be in it next year that we didn't get to ask. So
I'm excited.
I'm excited because I get to eat the soup that she makes.
So this year, actually last year when we did Christmas cards, I had saw a thing somewhere prior to planning out Christmas cards, because I don't always do Christmas cards. It's like on a whim thing, about sending a favorite recipe with it. And then that way, instead of people seeing your Christmas card and pitching it, they have your family like favorite recipe. So I thought that's really cool. So I sent that out this year on ours, and I sent out the soup recipe that I'm going to do for your September. And to this day, there's still like specifically one family who is like, that is our favorite soup. We make it every single week. It's that good. Like, it became their family favorite. So that was really fun, that because I had asked on Facebook, hey, I need some like new recipes, shoot me your favorite family recipes. And this was one of them. And it was one that I probably wouldn't have tried initially. And I said, if I'm going to ask, I'm going to do it. And so I did. And we really liked it. And
it's real good.
It turns out really good.
And it's really good warmed up too as a leftover. So
yeah.
Oh, most food is better leftovers than, at least I think.
Especially Especially soups.
Soups
or chilies, because they just marinate, and just gets a whole lot better.
Yeah, I changed my mind a couple times of what soup I'm going to share tomorrow. But Jesse might like this one because it's hot.
Oh, good.
I'm doing white chili chicken.
Oh,
white chili chicken. Wow, that sounds interesting. Is it the chicken? Is it baked? Is it grilled? Is it fried? Is it?
It's home canned, Jesse. Are you talking?
Oh. Okay, home canned. Okay. So you're pulling it from the depths of the cellar down there? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's coming from the cellar.
It's 5-year-old chicken.
It's one of those soups that you can just have already canned up in its individual ones and just dump and go.
But it's white meat only, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my favorite. White meat only.
And white, and yeah, I only can chicken breast because my husband, he doesn't like dark meat. He has issues with chicken altogether. It has to be dry, overcooked, and falling off the bone for him. And
Oh no.
I'm like, why? I think he just probably has, maybe his mom just didn't ever cooked it right because she gets sick off store-bought chicken. I guess it's from all the stuff they, inject it with and stuff. So she has to raise her own chickens to have.
Ooh.
I just made a change to my settings. Does the microphone sound okay now?
Yeah, but perfectly in.
I think you messed it up.
Say that again. You broke up.
Did you not hear it? For all echo. She's good.
Oh. You and your markers. You kill me.
What did you do, Jesse?
I said made the change to my settings. Does it sound any different?
No, you're everybody echoing.
Still echoing?
Everybody.
Everybody's echoing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, I like that. Ooh, nice. God, you ate. What is that? It's a white.
Sorry, I'm gonna change it. But yeah,
Love
no,
it. That's great. I like it. You did good.
thank you.
Yeah. Looks good.
Oh,
Looks real good.
thank you.
I don't have one, but it looks good.
Hey, Michael.
Hint, hint.
It is. Everything is still echoing.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what. I got the echo all the way down, completely off. The mic.
You're the tech guru.
Yeah, right.
He taught me.
Maybe if I move it away, it's gonna be a little bit better.
I even moved my phone
Let me
away.
put the audio settings back. Echo cancellation.
Okay.
Better.
Oh, we're done.
I don't hear an echo now.
Woohoo!
Perfect.
There.
It would
That's
have been
much
funny
better.
if it went woohoo, woohoo.
I know, I was nervous. But these soups are either classic ones that you might or may already make, and everybody has their own way of making one particular soup. Then there's soups that I haven't even heard of. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce Tiffany Mud and Mascara's soup. And Jenny Goff, she said she was either going to make a chicken barbecue chili or a Scandinavian salmon soup. And I'm like, wow, those are two I've never even heard of.
Polar opposites there. Either one of them will be interesting to see.
Mm-hmm. And then we...
Chili one I would try, but I don't think I'd try that salmon soup.
I was like, oh.
Don't judge. It might be good.
Jenny's a good cook. Like, she's a farm girl too. I didn't even know that about her until she mentioned it a few weeks ago or months ago to me. I think that was in private.
Something I like anyways, period. So I'm not a salmon person. Jessica loves it, but I
like it
salmon.
certain ways. I like a little I like a little salmon with a lot of my seasoning.
Oh.
I'm not like.
Yeah, you just need to smoke it with some brown sugar and some whatever seasoning you like that's for heat, like paprika or chili powder, or maybe whatever. Even candied jalapenos. Put some of that on that salmon, brown sugar.
I'm excited to see everybody's video, but I'm particularly excited to see my table of three's creamy Philly cheesesteak soup.
Ooh.
Creamy Philly cheesesteak soup.
Yeah.
And then we got...
Is that with the bun?
Dip it.
You can ask her in your comment to her.
Okay.
Even though she tries to be lower carb or trim out healthy mama, because she just tries to lower her sugar intake. And then in the kitchen with Karen is doing an egg roll soup.
Ooh.
That sounds good. And What's Up Family Home is doing a white chicken lasagna.
Oh, that'd be good too.
And then
Soup.
tortellini soup. That sounds good. I wonder who's doing that.
That's mine. If anybody,
I looked at the soup before I looked at the channel. Who knew?
somebody else takes it, I'm gonna like go on strike.
You don't have any duplicates though, right? You don't have two people doing the same one, right?
Well, there's like 2 or 3 people that are doing like hamburger soup or cheeseburger soup, but I told them to talk to each other, and they said, "Oh, they're totally different."
Perfect.
Okay.
Then we got.
Well, don't put them on the same day then.
Well, no. Daz is doing a green pea soup with maple bacon.
Oh, that sounds good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
So we'll have to make, since we're part of the collaboration, this will be our rule. We have to make at least.
Why are you looking at me? You're making
you
the
have
soup.
to
Look at
agree.
them.
We have to make, this is going to be our pack. We have to make at least one soup that somebody else made so we can try it. Even if it's not.
Yeah, that sounds like a good. That's the challenge. Which one did you make that wasn't yours out of the challenge? Yeah. Hey, I'm curious to know what is Raquel? What's their favorite soup up in Canada that they, especially up in the Great White North during the winter?
She likes salmon soup.
No, but that's not her go-to. That's what what's the Canadians' go-to soup up there? You know, like here in Texas, we eat a lot of chili down here. We're and Lisa makes a excellent 5-bean soup. But,
tell with 5-bean soup this last winter.
Taco soup is really good around here too. We like a taco soup.
We do a lot of chili though too.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one's doing stuffed bell pepper soup.
I have not
heard that.
I did see that recently.
Stuffed bell pepper soup?
I've not heard of the soup, but we do stuffed bell peppers.
So you stuff the bell pepper and let it just float around in the soup? Is that what it is?
No, we just put.
It's like dunking, doing the apple dunk. You just got to get your bell pepper.
No, it's a tomato-based soup with bell peppers and rice and hamburger.
Well, yeah,
and cumin and all that good stuff.
but it's not stuffed bell pepper.
But it's stuffed bell pepper soup.
But it tastes like it. Okay.
So
I thought about doing that.
The funny thing about the tortellini too is there's, like everything, multiple ways to do it. Mine is more of like a creamy, like white tortellini. But that one sounds like it's probably more of a red.
We're sitting here talking about soups, and I get a notification: Red Road Homestead. What for today? Chicken soup.
Yeah. Well, wait till you open up your Facebook account. You're gonna have all kind of ads on soups.
Sneaking out. You like snuck in here and you're sneaking out, Michael.
I said hi to him and I said bye. He's got to go back to work.
There. Sorry.
There's some friends of ours from Texas. So
some people work for a living.
We don't even know Jesse.
Oh, you have more friends other than us?
Not
barely. We're not super likable.
I mean from Texas. From Texas.
A couple.
Yeah, okay.
We do have like
what part of Texas is he at?
That's a great question.
I
can never remember.
No, I don't remember where.
I'm gonna try.
If he's still in here, maybe he'll put it in there. But I'm not 100%. They're not far from Waco, Texas. They're a couple hours out of Waco, Texas, I think.
Well, I'm a couple hours out of Waco. I'm in Houston.
Well, then you're not too far from it.
Yeah, but it takes an hour to get across.
Yeah, but
Mineola.
Oh, that's
Mineola.
right.
Okay. I'm probably.
I couldn't just spit it out.
That's a good chunk away from us. So if it was in Central Texas, so we're heading to Central Texas here pretty soon to go visit my uncle, and I said, hey, well, I'll stop somewhere if we can meet him.
Stop and say hi to our friends for us.
You can
Yeah, Glenn, in fact, I'll take him some. I'll take him some Skittles if I have some.
I'm disappointed. I was mail that to you.
They are done and sitting vacuum sealed on a shelf.
Did you taste it though? Did you taste one?
You want to know the honest
We've
review?
ate about a half a jar of them so far.
No, just tell me a lie. Tell me a lie, then.
I'm not crazy about it.
I don't know what the big hype is. Like they taste like
Really?
a Skittle, but the texture is just different. I'd just assume have a Skittle.
I
honestly.
like them just as a regular Skittle better than a freeze-dried Skittle. I probably won't put them through there again.
And they're less expensive just to buy regular Skittles. When you buy freeze-dried Skittles, they're
Yeah.
so
The
expensive.
same with gummy bears. I probably won't put gummy bears through my freeze dryer again. I wasn't a big fan.
We're going to Hyco, Texas. If you know where Hyco, Texas is at, it's a little bit south near Waco, south of Waco. Jen and Wiley sent us ice cream bars, the freeze-dried ice cream, the ice cream sandwiches. Then they sent us some taffy that's been freeze-dried, saltwater taffy.
Mm.
Okay.
And they sent the Skittles, and they sent Starburst and candy corn.
We haven't done the Starburst. We have them to do, but I'm kind of iffy if I want to put them through there because I like Starburst just by themselves too. And after the Skittles came out, it's like I don't know if I want to waste Starburst in the freeze dryer. So you'll have to let me know how they taste.
Well, what you can do is just do like a little strip of whatever else you're making. Just do a little strip of a couple of Starburst, like 5 or 6 of them. Just see if you like it.
Yeah, true.
Hello, all around Sarah. She just showed up.
She's over in the Philippines.
So
No, she's in Florida.
what?
In Florida?
Yeah, she's in Florida. She lives in Florida.
I thought she was in the
Yeah, I did
Philippines.
too. Maybe.
She's from Florida.
Well, we were way off on that one. Leanne, on the Soup Timber, there is a chance to win. Was it Amazon gift cards?
There are
$1,000.
3.
$1,000.
Jesse's calling me the millionaire Mennonite or something like that.
Mennonite
But no,
millionaire. She's the Mennonite millionaire.
I have 3 gift cards up for grabs. One $100 gift card and 2 $50 gift cards. And all you have to do
Grab.
is comment on everybody's video.
Okay, so wait. The ones are these for the people who comment, or are these for the collaborators?
This is for people that comment.
So nothing for the collaborators.
You get supper.
Okay, I'm changing that. I'm going to add this. All the collaborators are going to get a bottle of wine, a bottle of vanilla.
He thinks it's his
we'll
own
do the
brand new
draw.
idea.
We'll do the draw because we can't have all them collaborators not get nothing.
So that's really why everybody wants the bottle of vanilla. It ain't vanilla, that's wine.
Yeah, fermented.
No, Jesse's donating 3 bottles of vanilla, and I said one's going to collaborators.
There you go. So make sure you let people know because collaborators are going to be in the running for something.
Yeah.
Jesse's all about it.
That's
And
right.
some of the collaborators are donating prizes for the door prizes on my live October 1st at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I have so far Orangeby Farms donating a candle and soap set of pumpkin spice, I think. I have Greg's Kitchen saying he's donating something. And
Something.
something.
I don't know what it's going to be, but it's something.
And Ruth Ann at the Homesteading with the Zimmermans is making an apron, and her apron is very nice.
Huh.
So far that's what we have for door prizes at the live.
Well, mark us down.
You got that, Jesse?
Yeah. Do I got it? Yes, I got it right here.
I'm supposed to tell him.
Mark it down.
He's the master of ceremonies at my live.
We're gonna do our usual
Skittles?
in our knife set.
The Cuisinart knife set that we
is
want
this
on your
gonna-
live.
But if it is somebody that's not in the United States, then
We'll just say, yeah, whatever you want to do.
we'll do something.
We'll do
like
we'll do an Amazon gift card or something if it's outside the US or whatever.
Yeah, 'cause
That's
I-
what Jesse's doing. If somebody wins it that's out of the country on the vanilla, he's just giving them $25.
Right. And by the way, the price of this stuff went up like $30
really?
for a case. So this is some really expensive stuff.
I thought you meant a bottle.
No, it was more like $10 a case, but it went up. It went up substantial because I went and saw my supplier yesterday, and so you said you're going to give away a Cuisinart set.
Yeah.
Uh,
Knife set.
okay.
Wow. I'm glad you got that.
And then Amazon gift card for outside of the U.S. And that including Canada.
Can I send an Amazon gift card to somebody? Like,
So what you do is you can email the card. You don't have to send a card. You just email it. You're emailing them the actual code, and then they go in there and use that code.
No,
I know all about that code.
Well, hold on. I'm in correction.
You go onto the Amazon website and you do it like a gift. If you type in gift cards, and it'll bring up all, and you just choose, and then you put in the amount, the address, or the email, and then you send it.
So you're just picking a real nice card and send it.
I can do that.
Now you're saying Canada as well, right? Canada is considered outside the U.S. Okay.
The lower 50, isn't that what?
Lower 48.
48.
Yeah.
The other two are not connected.
Yeah, because if I have to send something to Hawaii, I'll be that as Canada. I was
Lower 48, yes.
that's why. A lower 48, because we only have 50 states.
Right.
I have Tony down for a crock pot. I forgot to even mention that.
Tony's down for a crock pot?
Mm-hmm.
A brand new one? Or get one of his used ones?
I'm sure it's a brand new one.
So that's hot sale.
Just, you never know with Tony.
Well, that's just.
We're going to be, it's subscribers only to this giveaway. So.
Okay, now
that's what Jesse's telling me to do.
And the good news is she's giving stuff away. Tell them the bad news, though, Leanne. When is it?
October 1st.
It's October 1st.
We know. Our deal should be over by then, other than just people maybe hanging out and visiting. So
I think we'll just rally
should
around
be able
and
to jump
watch.
on and watch and do the deal. So it shouldn't get in the way.
That's what
just hook it up to somebody's TV.
If anything, it'll help because we'll just tell everybody there, hey, Leanne over at Mennonite Farmhouse is going live right now. So everybody jump on your phones and get on there. So her live stream ought to just blow up.
It might be bigger than my largest at 130 people in my live.
We'll go ahead and tell everybody to go ahead and subscribe at the beginning of the day so that they can be in the giveaway. Because is it just for 5 minutes is what it has to be, I think.
You can program it as long as you want.
Yeah.
I can put it longer than a week, but I'm going to do 5 minutes.
I say a lot of them that I get in, it's like it won't let you comment if you're not a subscriber for at least 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. And then after you've sat in the live and watched for 5 minutes, then you can start commenting and stuff. Takes a minute.
I think it should be that way on giveaways. Something about that just irks me when you've got all these people that are always there supporting you regularly. And then you have a giveaway and there's people you've never seen. I'm like, y'all just after the free stuff. You aren't supporting
You got 100
this
extra
community
people in
at
your
all.
live.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to set, when we ever have a giveaway, I'm going to be like, you have to have been a subscriber for at least a day.
I don't know if we're ever going to get there. I mean, I think we're sitting at like 850 or something like that. Maybe.
Well, we got to get you guys to 1,000 quick.
Well, you kind of have to pour into it if you want something coming out. We haven't poured in, so that's why.
We're at 845. We actually lost 5 from
They'll
yesterday.
be back.
They'll be back because they were just subscribing from September.
Yeah.
Did you get any since Thursday?
We've had several since
last week.
Last Wednesday. So once we got back on and did our live again, started last Wednesday, we went from 811, I think is where we were at, to where it was at one time 853. So
They might bounce back.
So do you plan on doing some live shots from Colorado? Are you going to do any kind of like while you're on the hunt or at all? That could get you some subs too.
If I can get some service while we're on top of the mountain, I could go live out there a little bit, but we will definitely be videoing and stuff while we're out there. We generally take the video camera and video the hunt.
Right.
So Jessica's just telling me not to turn our homestead channel into a hunting channel. So
that would be bad.
So I'll post something, I'm sure, but I will go live on the way to Colorado. Probably once we get into the mountain area a little bit to where you can actually see some nice scenery versus, Western Kansas, Southeast Colorado type deal. eastern Colorado because it is nothing but flat grass, dead, burned up land out there. There's not even a tree or a ditch to look at out there. So it's crazy.
Well, I don't know how true this is, and Raquel brings up a good point. She says, just wait till your meetup. You'll get a lot of traffic then. I know that Miss Ann just went to the meetup up in Oklahoma, or no, where was it? Tulsa? Anyway, she received, I think 500 subs from that, just that one weekend.
Well, I know Dale and Lisa, before they went to Shoot Dang, which obviously Shoot Dang Fest it was huge, but still before they went there, they were at about 100 subs when they went to Shoot Dang. They're at 1.6K now.
There you go.
Shoot Dang was what, last September, I think?
Yes.
Mhm.
So less than a year's time, they've gained 1,500 subs.
All right, I'm
So-
gonna add Danny. We are at over an hour, so if
If
the
it kicks
internet
us
goes
off,
wonky, have a good day. But I'm gonna add Danny because we like Danny and we want her in here.
That's just going to enhance.
You
This
can't-
is just going to enhance the program.
good looking Labor Day shirt you got on there.
Beautiful shirt on
Thank
a
you.
beautiful girl.
Thank you. They don't
Little Dimples Danny.
Danny wears a lot of hats. She got the turkey call. She's got dancing. She's got dimples. She's got everything.
Oh, they're so funny. I don't do as much as Leanne.
Yeah,
Oh,
So
we don't know because she's still not posted a day in the life of Leanne yet. But one day,
Yeah.
we will. That's going to be my collaboration. Day in the
Okay.
life.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, you gotta
I'm thinking about asking all the other Mennonites who do day in the lives of Mennonite moms to do a collaboration with me, but yeah, I don't know. That
Yeah.
might be interesting just to get another group of, people in my community.
have you thought about doing a video with your quilt club?
I got scared out. That was before I got a gimbal. I was like, I could just see the camera shaking. And yeah, I actually thought about filming during our retreat and just going around and showing all the other projects. I thought about it.
Or
We
even
have a
the
retreat.
or even the process. Are you guys all working on the same thing at the same time, or do you doing different steps?
We do our own thing.
Yeah,
when
so
we
that
do
would be
retreats.
interesting to film for somebody who never seen
And
how
these ladies
quilts
are
made.
So I
talented.
see what you're saying, Leanne. Jess says she has the idea to do a day in the life, and you're like, yeah, that would be good for Mennonite girls, but you don't want to see our day in the life.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they practice other Mennonites on YouTube don't know who I am yet. Like I reached out to Raquel Whitmer the other day on her IG account and said, or she was talking about whoopie pies because she's from Belize, somewhere
been there.
down in Belize. Well, anyway, she's from there and she's commented on her IG story that she finally feels like she's from Pennsylvania because she actually liked her pumpkin whoopie pie that she was eating. She didn't like whoopie pies before that. So I was like, I have a great recipe for pumpkin whoopie pies on my YouTube channel. And I'm like, you probably don't even know who I am.
Yeah.
And then she sent me a voice message back. She's like, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel.
I didn't know you were a celebrity.
Like, I comment on her YouTube channel videos all the time. She lives now where I used to live. In a little town, far, far from here, feels like some days. So, yeah. So I'm just like, maybe I just branch out into the Mennonite community. But
Yeah.
they're terrible at canning. Oh.
That's cool. I went to Belize on a mission trip. We helped my youth group. We were when I was in the youth group. I was like 17 when we went. I had just turned 17, and we went to this daycare there, and we repainted like all of the. There was a daycare and like all the play stuff, like the merry-go-round and the swings and stuff. The paint it was like real old and chipped up, and we repainted like the whole playground, red, yellow, green, yeah, and blue. So that was cool. So that was really a blessing to them. And that was very humbling for me to go to Belize at 17 because I didn't realize that was my first experience at realizing how blessed I am as an American. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize how different different societies are, like how people live so much differently, and how it is here is not how it is everywhere. You know, like the economy and our roads and things like that, how different it was. It was very eye-opening for me to see somewhere like that. Like, whereas we go to the grocery store, they have like just, you know, like where we like to go to festivals where they have the little setups, you know, the little tents or whatever. That's how their grocery store is. You know, it's outside, and the roads are dirt. You know, it's not pavement. It's, you know, it was very humbling. And then there was lizards the size of my dog that was running up trees, and that was pretty, you know, intense too. Uh, yeah. So, but we stayed at a boys' home there. It's this home. This home is those kids. They were all boys, and that was also very humbling to see at 17 that those kids, they stay there. It's like the year-round school. You know, they sleep there. They learn trades there. They learn how to read. They learn English there. And then they pretty much stay there until they get to go visit their family a couple of weeks out of the year. Other than that, they stay there all year round until they're old enough to be able to have learned a skill successfully, either woodcraft or you know, mechanics or something like that, until they leave and pretty much, you know, become a man and are able to work for, you know, their continued manhood. So that was I was like, wow, so y'all, like, this is their home, you know. And so that was pretty interesting to see. Anywho, but that was a fun trip. I'm glad I'm able to say that I was able to do that. I met a lot of cool people that I won't ever forget.
That sounds awesome.
Not sucking up, Jesse, just advertising a little bit.
I got to promote myself.
Cottonwood Ranch.
If I had me a Cottonwood Ranch sticker right here, it'd be right here on my mug.
Well, I don't want to say anything about would like to have anything like that, because then I'll get impression from Scott at Rambling with the Brooms about how I was whining about how I'd like to have something. I don't know if anybody saw that, him impressing me saying.
And Danny is the only one I know that can whine and complain about not having a shirt, and then wins the shirt the next draw.
Mess with Danny, see what happens.
Didn't she win Saturday night?
She won two things. She won the shirt with number 17. No, that was number 17 was something from Scott, wasn't it?
It was from Joe at Garden State Gardener.
When I raised the number 17, no, that was a Scott. It was Scott, wasn't it?
No, it was Garden State Gardener that was giving away the shirt, but it was on Scott's Live.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Yeah, so she won that, and then she just won something yesterday, wasn't it? Yesterday, last night, night before last.
Not before last.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just win so much. I can't figure out where it was.
Yeah,
or when.
like
I'm just kidding.
I only buy those can holder thingies.
What did I win, Jesse? What was it that I won?
What can?
Oh yeah, on Cottonwood Ranch's channel, I won something. I don't even know what I won, but I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, I think it was a mug.
That's the
it was after.
And I do appreciate it, Raquel. I do appreciate it. I look at that every time I look at your mug. I start thinking about Canada and horses and big wheat fields. Yeah, you do got a pretty mug. And so that's why I can't. Yeah, I can't look at that mug very much. I start thinking about Raquel, so I have to stop.
No, but yeah. So I wasn't sure what she was giving away, because that was my first scavenger hunt that I had been to.
I think she was giving a mug away.
That's where I got my mug.
Everybody.
I beat Chuck and Jesse.
Everybody. Yeah, that was the first one I had been to, and everybody was like, Danny," like, I think she thought that I was hesitant to come up, like I was afraid, but actually she didn't realize that I really wanted to be up there, like I wanted to so bad. But it was 8 o'clock at night here, and see, Eric has to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So that's what I was trying to explain in the chat, that I didn't know how much he would appreciate, when he's getting ready for bed, for us to be running around the house like, let's go get this and that, so, but it looked really fun and I wanted to so bad. I was over here pouting like, wish I could do this,
Did you do it on your own, Danny? Because I had to do it by myself. Where Jesse, I tied with Jesse, but he had Lisa running around the house for him, trying to find all these things, and I had to do all this myself.
Yeah, I was in bed and I come downstairs
She
and
wouldn't
my
even
house
help me.
is destroyed.
I had half.
Well, I didn't get to do it at all. They were asking me to come up and do it, and I wanted to, but I said no because of that. But I wanted to, because it looked like so much fun.
It's a lot of fun. I got to do it with Jesse and Lisa, and then Chuck and Belinda was the other couple that did it that night. So,
if it's not my fault, you don't know how to crack the whip. Now, that's why Lisa was helping me.
she was in bed. I cracked
Yeah,
the whip.
see, it says I never said what it was, but I will send a mug, Danny. Well, I'll take whatever you send. I mean, yeah. I'm just grateful to get a prize. That's why I don't know what I won, because she never said what it was. See?
And Bumblefoot. What's Bumblefoot, Chuck?
It's what chickens get.
What is Bumblefoot?
And dislocated. Man, you are falling apart, Chuck.
You're just beat up, man.
You need some mater gravy.
That's
Belinda was asleep. Good woman.
It was just Chuck by himself and me by myself, and then Jesse cheated and had help.
Hey, she asked for couples. She said, I need couples to come up here, so we're going to do a scavenger hunt. It's not my fault. I follow the rules. If you guys don't want to follow the rules, that's just on you, Bubba. You bear the consequence.
I wanted to give you a chance.
Is that what it was? Okay.
What if your other half is antisocial?
So then again, you were then it just boils down to you were competing against Lisa. She did all the work.
She did all the running.
One of these days, though, he's just gonna have to suck it up, because I'm wanting to participate in one of these things. So
I think we should host one sometime. It'd be fun. Maybe whenever we hit 1,000, we'll do it.
Maybe if we
it was
hosted,
fun to even listen to the riddles and try to solve it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? But it looked even more fun to run around after this stuff. You got to think fast.
And then Raquel could actually be one of the runners and play her own game. So
now, did you see the one? Have y'all seen the one that Kettle put on, the little game show he's been doing? Yeah.
I wonder who's next week's guest. I am so excited for this game. We're gonna have Jesse. And we're going to have Mike from MT Homestead competing against each other.
It's going to be fun.
When is this?
This is
next Monday.
Next Monday. Labor Day.
Labor Day.
What time?
7 o'clock.
6 o'clock Central.
Yes.
I was thinking we had a football game that night, but actually Hunter has practice. So
yeah.
We start football games for him on
Tuesday.
Mondays.
This last one he had Andale against Dale from 9 Acre Farms, and the panel that was on there for I guess you would call them a panel. It was Mouse Toes and Tiffany from Mud and Mascara and Monica, and it was a hoot.
I have to go back and watch.
I gotta watch it. Yeah, in fact, you might want to go watch it just in case you get asked.
I got asked, and I was supposed to be on last night, but I had to go.
That's what I was wondering. Didn't he just have a game last night?
Hey, Remy.
Yeah, he's doing it 5 weeks, and whoever has the most points at the end of the 5 weeks gets to come back for a big prize.
Yeah, and so you might get asked to be on a panel or as a contestant. The panel is the ones that are answering the questions, and the contestants are the ones that got to either agree or disagree, or they come up with their own answer and so forth. So it's pretty cool.
Jesse, Raquel said you're just making things up.
With what? About what? No,
No.
I'm not making sense. Hey, look, I may not look.
It was just over an hour.
I may not always tell the truth, but I never lie.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
He just says things because it sounds good.
Google it,
Oh,
Raquel.
boy.
Google it.
Yeah, Google it.
Google it,
And
Raquel.
Chuck said he was going to do a scavenger hunt that involves things in the attic. What in the world?
Because he wants you to crawl up there and take forever.
I have never even been in my attic. I'm not going up there. There's no telling.
Yeah.
I'm afraid. I probably should look. I wonder sometimes. I'm like, there could be anything up there. There could be
Yeah,
a load
there's
of
body
money.
up
There
there.
could be a big black bag. You know, who knows?
I don't have an
I don't know.
attic.
You have those high ceilings.
Yeah, there's no attic. There's about a 3-foot space above there that is vented, and that's about it.
Yeah, but you have an attic in your shop, don't you? In that big shop you have?
There's an attic in the shop.
Kind of.
The only thing that's
Couldn't
been
go
up there has
there.
been my cats. And climbing up in there to get mice and stuff, and then they step on one of the insulated ceiling tiles, and they're ripping half my ceiling down is what they're doing. So
Oh,
I
no.
got to go out there and fix my ceiling sometimes. So
Yeah.
they fall through.
It's a mess.
Sarah, I hope you feel better. You should be getting mail. You should be getting an envelope for me soon. I sent it out yesterday, so you should be getting it
You got a
3 to 5
visitor.
days.
You have a visitor in your chat? You see that one, the CAUCATYTY?
I saw them, and then Oracles in Beyond. They're new.
Is that Quaquatiti?
I don't know what that
What?
is. I don't know how
It
to
sounds good to me.
Quaquatiti. Yeah, Quaquatiti.
try to pronounce it because I don't know how to say it, but
That sounds
Hello.
like a good option there. I wasn't even going to attempt.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Well,
I
you
was
rattled
playing
it
in
off.
ants yesterday and I got bit. No, I wasn't really playing in them, but I was trying to get them out of my raised beds, and it was just like a big mound of dirt, and then I was just like, get this out of here. And then when I did that, it was like ants went everywhere. And I was like, oh no, that wasn't a good idea. I didn't think this through. Yeah.
you have fire ants down there, Danny?
Yes.
We have
Yeah,
them
big
all
old
through the
honking. I
house.
don't think you could see it, but where it got me right here, it's like a big old honking. It hurts.
Yeah. They don't have fire ants up there in Missouri, do they?
No.
Not that I'm aware of.
If they do, they're few and far between because we've never dealt with them.
Say,
Oh, man, they're bad down here.
See, I just drowned him in diatomaceous earth. I didn't know what to do. I don't have any poison or anything, so I didn't know.
You
Didn't
can
know what to
just boil some water and pour some boiling water. It'll take care of that little bit of them. It won't kill them all, but
As anxious as I am to get my starts out in the raised bed and, and get stuff planted out there, everything I've done is in containers and stuff because I'm afraid to put stuff in my raised beds. I'm trying to disinfect them because I have cats. So I have to rake through my raised beds and make sure that they haven't been using it like a kitty litter box before I grow my food in there. I don't want to just plant stuff in there and without, I'm trying to clean them out real good and make sure that there's nothing unsavory in there. Who wants to harvest lettuce out of a bin that a cat's been using the bathroom in? Not me.
yeah, but they'll even jump in the raised beds because we got a neighborhood
That's what I
cat that
mean.
likes
Yeah,
to
in
come
my
over and
raised
jump in
beds.
our raised beds.
Put a Premier One fence around it and they won't.
Yeah, well, I'm taking donations if you'd like to send me one.
I'm
You
not
want to
sure.
win one of those in a giveaway?
Not sure if they're talking to
Yeah.
us.
What?
It's definitely not my sister. I would.
Your pregnant sister.
It's my pregnant sister.
We do things a little different around here.
Sorry, Glenn, that's a different channel. Sorry.
I don't live in Arkansas. I live in Missouri.
Even in Arkansas, it's not your sister. It's usually your cousin.
Oh, yeah.
speaking of side notes, Amanda, not speaking of the side note, Amanda, has anybody heard from Amanda?
She's
She
in
all
some lives the other day.
settled in and in their newest place, what, Tennessee?
I think she put out a video.
Yeah, I
She
saw
did.
a video of where she had all her plants out there and everything, and she did a reminder for the Fall Fest giveaway, but she hasn't really talked much about. She hasn't went live or anything for us to be able to ask her, how.
Well, speaking of strangers, Chris and Larry's in the house.
Hey, Chris.
Not a stranger, just Larry, not Chris.
She's been laying low here though the last month. She's been really busy.
Well,
Well, she
without
also didn't
her
have
internet
internet.
and stuff working, she's had a lot of orders to catch up on. So.
I contacted Chris the other day because I want to get you guys probably don't have this stuff on your Facebook news feed, but I do everywhere. They're little, like probably this size wooden things, and you put the baby's name on it, and then like the little stats, the time, birth, date, all that kind of stuff. And so I contacted Chris the other day to see if she could make us one for our girl name and our boy name. That way we have it. And she said she can. So she's going to be my.
She knows what the names are going to be.
Well, everybody will know. I mean, yeah.
Everybody knows but me, I guess.
Everybody would know.
I don't know.
If are we announcing this?
They don't even know what it's going to be yet. How can they have a name?
Well, we have to have a name picked.
Well, you can pick a boy and a girl name, and then whichever it is, you just give them that name. Come on, Jesse.
We've decided on a boy name. We're having a really hard time deciding.
One's Mater and the other's Gravy. So
you could have a boy and a girl,
and just name them both Jesse.
There you go, Jesse or Jessica.
If we have twins, then I'll have to come up with 2 girl names and 2 boy names, which we've got the girl. If we have a girl,
Chuck said that Jesse and Chuck are 2 great boy names.
There you go. There you go.
The boy name is the one.
The boy name is Bridger.
We did not agree on that.
I was like, what?
Wait, Bridger?
I agreed on
Bridger.
That. I like
Bridger over troubled waters.
Bridger.
I don't think Jessica's with that one.
We both like Owen.
She's not down with the sickness.
We're not sure on the boy, but the girl would be Presley.
Yeah, we don't have.
That's a cool name.
That sounds nice.
I like Everly, and Glenn ruled that out. So Presley would be
for a boy.
For a girl.
For a girl.
Oh.
The boy name is
Chuck likes Bridger. See?
What about Everett?
Well,
she said that, and I said no. It sounds old.
Yeah, but Chuck likes Mater Gravy too. So
Everett Lee Messick was what I mentioned, and he said no.
So. Daniel's a good name. You can call him Danny.
Well, we have a middle name of Daniel, and we have a cousin's little boy named Daniel. So Daniel.
But here's the problem I have with Bridger.
That's my dad's middle name. That's why my name's Danielle, because my dad's name is Paul Daniel.
Exactly. So here's the problem I have with Bridger. Nobody's going to call him Bridger. They're going to call him Bridge. So just may as well name him Bridge. Yeah. Nobody's going to say Bridger. I guarantee they're going to say, hey, Bridge, come here. They're not going to call Bridger.
I'm not sold on
the You're even going to do that. Where's Bridge at? Where's Bridge at? You're not going to say Bridger.
Explain yourself. Give Glenn a chance to explain himself. What are you thinking?
On the name?
What are you thinking?
Wow, that face.
I just like the name. A friend of mine, an old college roommate of mine, they have a boy named Bridger, and I liked the name. They live up in Montana, so I just like the name. So it's not that it doesn't mean anything other than I just like it. So.
Okay.
I think Brecken.
So we don't know on the yet.
Brecken.
That's unique.
It's not growing on me. Sorry.
I just don't know about Bridger. I don't. But it's not my child. So
how about Bridger as a middle name? Like something Bridger.
Lee is probably going to be the middle name.
Yes. No, just kidding.
So, that's my middle name.
Like, it's part of my name.
That's your That's your middle name, Jesse.
Lee, yeah.
My mama's middle name's Lane, so that's kind of close.
There's
means freckles in Scottish.
Chris's son was Brecken.
Freckles.
Oh,
Make up a name like Elon Musk did.
The boy that took me to the senior prom, his middle name was Dent.
Chuck likes Lee. Remy Lee sounds
Harvey
awesome.
Dent? That's awesome.
That's
like Two-Face.
Everett Lee.
So Lee is obviously a hit. So
That's Chuck's last name. That's my middle name.
Ram said Remy Lee sounds awesome.
Just don't name him Robert Lee.
Is Remy short for Remington?
Titus.
I was just
It
wondering.
could be, I guess. Yeah, I guess could be.
The boy that worked for us this summer.
I'm trying to push my glasses up and they're not even on my face.
17th birthday would have been Monday.
That's why I can't see. I'm trying to push my glasses up so I can see better, and they're not there.
They're not
Yeah.
glasses to push up.
The boy that worked for us, his name was Buck. His older brother's name was Hunter. And then he has brothers named Remington, Shakoya, and his sister's names are Fiona and Summer. And I think there's some other kids, but they're all kind of interesting.
See, my nephew's name is Aiden, but they've always called him Buck. But I guess like the name Buck is pretty popular right now too.
I was like, how am I supposed to say a straight face? Call him Buck.
How about a Greek name? Oh, we had a guy at our job that came from Greece, and his name was Panagloidis Contagianias.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Mason.
Panagloidis.
Cool name.
Panagloidis. Yeah. So we just call him Pete. Nobody called him Panagloidis. They called him Pete.
I always think it's funny how you can pronounce everything, Jesse.
Raquel's saying just make up a name like Elon Musk did.
That's funny. Chuck said that Belinda's middle name is Lee, so their last name is Lee, so her name is Belinda Lee Lee.
But the Lily.
I'm gonna start calling her Miss Lee Lee.
No, she just stutters. That's Brenda Lee.
Yes, Chris.
So Monday, what's the plans? How are you celebrating him? Is it a big family supper? Do you guys do something every year? Is this an annual tradition? What's the plans? Grandkids call her Lily. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. That's cute. Let's see what Chris says.
Well, I already have 3 sets of parents, so I don't guess I can be adopted by anybody else.
Oh, you can be adopted by as many people as you want.
I think I'm covered.
Don't ever put a limit on that.
Oh.
Well, we can call it a day, but I wanted to see what Chris was going to say.
I say I hate to jump off. I've got to actually go to work today. I know, Jesse. I know.
What?
I gotta go make soup.
I have a live in 30 minutes.
Glenn,
so.
you're more retired than I am.
Good grief. What happened? All of a sudden, it's all like going crazy.
Huh?
Everything went
So-
crazy.
I rescheduled my live from yesterday to today. So if anybody wants to come see me in 28 minutes.
See, my internet.
Everybody's shorting out on us. So
Yeah. Oh,
I
what's your
think-
favorite pizza joint, Chris? Don't tell me. Little Caesars. 12 Stones. Hey, Byron.
That's it.
Oh, there's Byron. He
The
just shook.
Funkle. He's the Funkle.
Oh, it's not going to let me. All right. Bye, guys.
It's cutting out on us, so we're gonna shut it down. Everybody keeps cutting out. It's
Just
all
remember,
your,
God gave you a great day. Now go do something great.
Everybody hit up Danny's live at 11. And Chris, have a wonderful day celebrating him on Monday. I'm sure that will be a hard and happy day at the same time. So we'll be
Byron,
praying for your family.
sorry we didn't get to stay on longer, but the internet's acting up on us. So
And I may not always be right, but I'm never wrong
Have
why
a
you gotta
good
point
day,
your
guys.
finger at me, Jesse?
because I'm talking to you.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.